that I had. This one, I got this idea a few weeks ago when I noticed that you can share your screen now with Gemini when they announced that, and I figured there's some use cases for that in work, when you're coding, when you're doing things, when you throughout the web. But they also showcase in their own announcement playing games and having Gemini help you with the game.
Hey, so I'm planning to go on an attack, but first I need to train an army. So maybe you could recommend troop composition for my army.
Based on your available troops and their quantity in the top left of the screen, we should train a mix of giants, barbarians, archers, and wizards.
And they were doing it with like Clash of Clans. Who cares about that game? I want to know if it can actually play a really good game. So I figured, why not the best game of all time? It's also turn-based, so I have time to let the AI do its thing and be like, ask it stuff and things like that. So what I will do, at least attempt to, is load up a new save. I created a character. I actually did that with Gemini without recording it, just to see if the idea worked at all. So I have a character. I will share the screen with Gemini, and I will ask it questions, and it will say what it wants to do, and we will basically just help it play the game. I don't know how well it's going to work. Yet we know how it is. So I've had issues where this stream real-time times out. So we'll have to sort that out somehow. We'll start out with using audio format or audio output format. If that doesn't work, we'll switch over to text, and I'll have it on a different screen. And we'll see how it goes. I will basically do no decisions for it. It will do all its decisions on its own, and I will just click wherever it tells me to click, do whatever it tells me to do. If it tells me to go to let's move on to the next room, I will go into the next room for it. I will not ask it to, where in the room. I'll just do it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll start by sharing my screen and also find my headphones. Now, I'll only share the game window. Alright, let's bring in Gemini. Hello, Gemini. You are now playing Baldur's Gate 3. Tell me, what should we do? We've just started the game, we're in the Nautiloid, and you're in charge. Exactly, you will be playing, and I will be your controller. So just tell me what you want to do, and we'll do that. Just give me 1 second, though. Seems my audio isn't recording correctly. Right, Gemini, what should we do in Baldur's Gate 3?
Can't slow down.
Since it's probably best to explore the area, should we move your character towards one of the glowing orange spots?
You mean like this nursery here?
The location marker that says nursery just to the left of your character. Should we move toward that?
It's up to you. You decide what you want to do.
You decide which direction you want to go. Do you want to go to the nursery or somewhere else?
No, I want you, as in Gemini, to decide where I should go.
I will decide that we should go to the nursery. Is that okay?
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
So now we have 2 or 3 options. We can reach towards the pool, we can investigate the pool, or we can leave. What would you want to do?
Pool, investigate the pool, or leave. Which would you like to do?
I think we need to add a system prompt here. I will pause the recording and do some fixes. Hang on. Alright, it seems we had a bit of issues with the fact that the AI was thinking it should explain to me what I should do, whereas I wanted it to do it the other way around. So now giving it a system prompt, a system instruction, that is, you are a video game player playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the first time. You will be shown the screen and need to tell your human control partner what to do. Explain what you want to do if there's a specific person, skill, or action you want to interact with. In dialogue and cutscenes, when choices are presented, pick one of the available options. You are playing as a sorcerer. So we'll try again now and share our screen, and hopefully to me the audio comes back really hard to hear anything, and I think that is due to my PC being bad. I don't have much options there. It is what it is. Share my screen again. Hopefully it's not too choppy for you guys to watch and experience. But hey, Gemini, we are playing Baldur's Gate 3, and we are at the nursery pool in the starting area in the ship. You have an option here. This is a pool where the
Okay, we're at the nursery pool.
Sorry, I didn't catch
Right.
that.
3 options: reaching toward the pool, investigating the pool, or leaving. Let's go with option 2 and investigate.
So we have no bonus, but we can click to roll, so I'll do that for you.
It looks like we need to make an intelligence check. Let's click the die to roll and see how we do.
So that's a failure.
Okay, let's check. Let's click continue and see what happens
You notice
next.
Nothing more than meets the eye.
You can reach towards the pool or you can leave. Nothing more than meets the eye.
Reach towards the pool or leave. Let's try reaching towards the pool this time.
Ouch. It exploded. I'm not sure that was a great idea. What do we do now?
It looks like reaching towards the pool caused an explosion. I see some enemies nearby. Let's select our character and then use the first ability on the action bar. It's called Nursery Shot to try to deal some damage to the enemies.
There are no enemies here, and you don't have anything called nursery shots. Also, I realized I might have given you the incorrect description. I wrote that you're playing a sorcerer, you're playing a paladin. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, there's no enemies here, so there's no attack.
Absolutely right, my apologies. I got the character class wrong, and there aren't any enemies here yet. Let's still use the Nursery Shot ability, since it may be useful in this location, and is available for us to use.
No, there's no such ability as the nursery shot. You have your attacks with your weapon. Your main attack, you have the concussive smash. You have a cantrip, the firebolt, since you're an elf. You also have divine sense. You have holy rebuke, and you have lay on hands.
It seems like it's more than Nursery Shot, as I said before. As we're a sorcerer, we have access to the firebolt cantrip, which does some good damage. Let's use that.
So what do you want to target?
Let's target the creature directly in front of our character with firebolt.
You mean the sphincter? It's not an enemy, but we can target it.
The firebolt hit target. Let's end our turn here.
You know, I think we should. My recommendation here, it's up to you, is that we either leave through this doorway that's the sphincter, or that we interact with this blue glowy thing on the left-hand side of the screen.
I see what you mean. Either try to go through that sphincter, or interact with the blue glowing thing on the left. Let's go for the blue glowing thing. It's called Brine Bulb. Click on Brine Bulb.
It's actually called restoration. Yeah, we'll click that and see what happens. It looks like you healed.
Okay, it looks like interacting with the bulb has a restoration effect. Let's click on restoration to use it.
Yep, all done. Should we leave throughout the sphincter now?
Now that we have 2 options now. Leave through the sphincter, or go to that blue area. Let's try to go through the sphincter this time. Click on the sphincter to go there.
Open up like a door, we can go through it.
Here now. Let's see where it takes us.
It takes us to this new room where we have what seems to be some sort of magical elevator. We can keep moving ahead, or we can go up the elevator. There's something, some noise coming from.
We are in a new area, and it looks like there are some enemies here. I also see something that might be an elevator. Let's move towards that elevator and check it out.
Right, we're going up the elevator. I can say there's no enemies here currently, so don't worry about that. I'll let you know when there's an enemy.
Good. Let's approach this neural apparatus and see what it is.
There's a person here saying release us. Free us. It's under operation, it says. It's called Murnath.
It looks like there's an enemy called a Murmath nearby, and it is under operation. Let's target it with our firebolt.
Alright, you're the boss. We'll do that. Give me 1 second.
Okay, the Murmath is targeted. Let's cast the firebolt.
Go in if you want to.
Okay, you missed. Let's move our character a little bit closer to the Murmath and try using firebolt again on our next turn. Let's cast firebolt again.
You're the boss.
Let's end our turn here.
It still has 1 hit point left.
We only have 1 hit point left. Let's hit it with another firebolt.
It's defeated. There's nothing loot, but it's defeated. Should we move ahead or explore some more?
The Murmath. It looks like the Murmath is defeated. Let's check what loot it dropped, and then end the turn. Let's forward and explore the area.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything.
Here's our neural apparatus. Let's check what we can do with it.
I think we'll take it down to the bottom for you.
Let's click on the neural apparatus and see what happens.
I think we timed out with the Gemini chat there. I'll go ahead and try a different approach this time. Right, Gemini, we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. Should we head outside?
Let's head outside. Move the character to the right to reach the exit.
Oh, something is happening.
Okay, it seems that something is not quite right. What do you want to do now? Do you want to explore the area more?
Someone is interacting with us here. You decide what to do now.
This is your end.
Okay, it looks... Okay, the character named Lays Dinzel is interacting with us. It looks like she's about to attack. Let's use the dialogue option, Abomination. This is your end.
And a flash of your face seen through the strange woman.
You are my thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
There we go. Now you can actually choose. Before it was just a cutscene. So you can either ask what made you think I was a thrall. You can ask who are you. You can say we need to figure out where we are, or you can ask what do you suggest.
Or dialogue options. Let's pick the first one. What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry mindful parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be gay, mind flayers.
So you have some options here.
Yeah. We have option. Let's choose option 1. We are turning into mind flayers. There must be something we can do.
So Gemini, you're about to enter your first combat. Are you ready? So we start out with Lae'zel's turn. She is a fighter. So what should she do? You have 3 enemies over here. It's defeated, nice. She has a little bit of movement left and a bonus action. And now it's your turn. What do you want to do? So you did some damage, but it's not defeated just yet. You have a bonus action available to you. can shove, or you can use Divine Sense, or you can just end your turn. What do you want to do? We're back to Lazel. Right, it's down. So your turn. We have one enemy left. It's damaged, and it's right in front of you. They're defeated. We're now out of turn-based mode, so you can now move around freely.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take...
We have another of these restoration things here. Do you want to heal up before we move on?
Yes. Advice and heal up before we move forward.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. Need to get out before it's too late.
I'll give it a shot.
Right, we're in a new room.
I can make no sense of it.
We are in a new room. It looks like there is some strange machinery here. Let's have our character move a bit closer and explore the area further.
Do you want to interact with machinery or just move around the area?
Press the button to see what happens.
There are 3 different buttons. Which one do you want to press? The left one, the right one, or the middle? There's also some sigils up above them if you want to interact with those first.
Our sigils. Let's interact with them first. Which sigil should we interact with?
So I interacted with all 3 of them. 2 of them you failed your Arcana checks on, but on the 3rd one it said Unleashed.
Okay, it looks like we interacted with all of the sigils. 2 of them failed an Arcana check, but the 3rd one was unleashed. Now what do you want to do? Should you press the middle button now?
I'll do that, yeah. Oh, we entered combat.
Let's press the middle button now.
We're being attacked by 2 cultists. What do you want to do? It's Lazel's turn.
We are back in combat. It is Lazel's turn. Let's have her move closer to the enemy and attack with her main weapon.
Now what should she do now?
Okay, she did a main hand attack and now has a bit of movement left. Let's move her slightly to the left towards the other enemy and then end her turn.
My path be true.
Right, it's your turn now. What do you want to do? Start the stream again. There we go. We're in combat and it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move towards Lafiz Edizel. Let's get in position to help her out.
Breathe deep and move.
Well, we're in position. What should we do now?
Alright, I will shoot at the enemy in front of us, the one we move closer to.
Oh no, you missed.
Let's end our turn. Edizel's turn. Let's see what she does.
It's up to you. You control her. She's your party member.
Okay, I understand. I will move Lazel to the other side of the sacrifice cultist and then attack him.
There's some function from a mind flare pod over here.
The combat is over, and there's a mind flare pod nearby. Let's go deal with that, and then we can explore further.
We have no time for stragglers.
So you have a choice here. What would you like to do? Did you catch the conversation with us?
Yes, it's a conversation. I choose to look for a latch that might open the lid.
The construction is too alien.
Another choice. What do you want to do?
I'll go around. There must be some way to get this thing open.
Try that contraption exit pod. They did something too. On my way.
There's a construct nearby that we can interact with, another room ahead. Let's interact with the construct first, so go ahead and touch it.
The console appears dormant.
So you have some choice here again.
See, the console appears dormant. Let's look for a switch or release to activate
Mechanisms
it.
are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket.
The mechanisms are unrecognizable. There's an empty socket. Let's hit the console. It might do something.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
Okay, hitting it didn't work, and the console remains dormant. Let's leave it and try the other room then.
So we have a dead thrall beside us, and then we have a mind flare pod on the other side of the room.
I see a dead thrall near us, and a mind flare pod on the other side of the room. Let's go towards the mind flare pod.
How many hosts these games?
Dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
Further in the room, we seem to have a button, as well as a dead thrall and a chest.
A button, a dead thrall, and a chest. Let's push a button and see what happens.
You place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Change at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
That cannot be our fate.
Yeah, so that was intense. What do you think? What do we want to do now?
It looks like pushing the button opened up a section of the creature. Let's explore the newly opened area.
You mean the dead thrall or the slave mind, or they come to the chest, or you mean go back to the pod?
I saw a slave mind and a chest. Let's check the chest, and then we can decide if we want to go to the slave mind or the mind flare pod later on. Let's take all of the provisions from the chest.
Right, done. Now what?
All of the provisions from the chest. Now let's go towards the slave mind and see what that is about.
Like we picked up. What should we do now?
Okay, it looks like the slave mind is a brain in a jar. Now we have it, let's go back to the mind flare pod.
One mind flare stares at you, weak and dazed.
Okay, we are at the mind flare pod. Let's interact with it.
Yeah, always just a small comment about it being weak and dazed. So we were trying to get Shadowheart out of her pod. We haven't found anything to go into the socket yet. What should we do?
I understand. We saw a cutscene where it mentioned the pod's weak and dazed, but it seems like we still need something to open it. We have the slave mind. Let's use the slave mind on the pod to see if that works. Mind flare pod is highlighted, so let's interact with it to free Shadowheart.
Gotcha. I'll go over there.
Okay, I understand. Go ahead and interact with the pod.
Come on! Get me out of this thing!
So you have 3 options.
I have 3 options. I choose to stay calm, I'll find a way to get this open. Now that we have a slave mind, and we are near the pod, let's try to use it on the pod.
The console appears dormant. The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an...
Don't bother. You're barely dented.
It didn't work to use a slave mind on it. We need to find something else. Alright, so I feel like you get the gist of it. It can do a pretty decent job, except for the fact that it's slow. You have to go back and forth. I have to constantly Every 5 minutes or so, I had to close down the stream to Gemini and then create a new one because it times out. And it struggles a little bit with some things, but that's not strange. Like finding how to open the pod is going to be hard for anyone. I can't feel like there should be a better way to do this, like a better way to have it interact with it than what I'm doing now. And I'm sure there is, and I'm sure we can figure it out over time. But it's a fun experiment. Unfortunately, I don't have time to keep going right now. I'll have to do that some other time. But do you want to see me do more? Should I play some more and then let it keep going? Should I play some more off camera and see if it can with Gemini and see if we can get a better solution to recording it? Do you find this fun? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And have you tried this out? And are there any other games we should try this out? Any other applications we should do this for? I mean, I can see using this in a way like I can see it being quite useful when you're playing a game, like a strategy game where you're kind of new to. Be like, hey, help me out here. It's a fun technology, and it's a pretty useful one at that. Yeah, we'll keep going at another time. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. We'll see what we do next, when we do it, and how it all pans out. I hope you enjoy this, and if you want to try out Google's new AI, by the way, you can do so at AI Studio for free. This is not sponsored. I just wanted to let you all know that you can actually use this for free without having to pay for it by going to AI Studio, and I'm guessing that's being used for training, which is all fine good. Yeah, it's really one of the best AIs out there, especially when you bring it into this live streaming real-time thing. It's also quite jarring to use. It's also a bit jarring to use in that it has a tendency to cut you off because it processes, like it hears your prompt, it hears your question, and be like, okay, I have an answer for this now, and then starts talking, but you took a short pause to take a breath, and then it starts talking over you, and then you stop and then it stops because it heard you talking while it was talking, and then it's a whole, it's gonna take some while to get used to, and it's only gonna get better over time. This is very much it says even in the model it's Gemini 2.0 / experimental. This is not built to be done. Yeah, here we have the history of the latest interaction, but obviously if you scroll back, you'll see it will only go so far. If we wanted to keep going, we would have to clear this and then start over again. And we lose a lot of that context, which is funny because I know that Gemini can technically handle a lot of context. I could probably give it this video and it would be like 10% of its capacity of memory. So yeah, can't think of it. Maybe like, I mean, it's not going to be faster or easier, but I suppose one could maybe do like, yeah, we can just upload files here, or we can do, or I just play with it, like record audio and talk to it and explain what's out on the screen. But I really wanted to see if it could analyze the screen, and it seems like it can. If I show it if I share my screen and show it recording of the conversation, it will know what to do. It will understand the options and just pick one of them. I did notice I had to tell it something for it to give me any responses. It won't tell you anything based on what it's seeing without first hearing you talk to it, which is a kind of interesting thing. Yeah. I hope this recording is usable completely, otherwise I'll just waste my time. But yeah, my PC is apparently not a fan of running. I mean, I wasn't even running the game locally. It was just GeForce Now. So streaming the game, was screen sharing, and then also on top of that recording with the OBS. And I guess along those lines, it's a bit too much for my PC. Hopefully the recording isn't too broken. But on my end, it was choppy as hell, which also didn't help the fact helped making it faster. It was quite slow and hard to work with. I mean, just clicking the correct thing was like, no, overshot it, go back. But I think Gemini is pretty cool. I think AI is pretty cool. AI is also very scary. I mean, I think AI is it has a potential to be both the thing that advances humanity into its next era, but it also just as much as has the chance to a risk to screw us over big time. So we'll see where we end up with AI. But I think it's also one of those, like, Pandora's box is open. We can't really put it back in the box. We just gonna have to do our best to make sure that it's, you know, responsible, and the new society around it is not one where we end up being slaves to the AI or something like that. AI is here, we like it or not, and since it's here, this what I mean. The best thing you can do for yourself is to learn it and be part of it. That's at least my take on it. But yeah, I find this very fun, a fun experiment. I'm gonna have to like, I really want to go do this a lot more, but I also want to find a better way to do it, because this ain't it, you know. I also really want to share the audio with it. I don't think you could hear the game. I think you just saw it, which works fine because due to subtitles and things. But yeah, this is fun. I'm rambling, and whatever. See you in the next one. Bye.